we fucking did it. We are 50 out of 50. We are officially the dumbest fucking state in the United States of America. Fucking congratulations, Republicans.
They're trying to crash the economy so that they can buy everything up for pennies on the dollar. And they want to get rid of any public services that our tax dollars pay for and privatize them so they can profit on that too. But they'll still take our tax dollars and then we'll pay them more for less. That's the whole plan. We'll be indebted to our government that will own us. That's how Russia started to become what they are. They own everything, and you live and work and struggle and pay everything to them just to survive. Yeah. Doesn't that sound fun? Yeah. Prices keep going up. Salaries aren't going up. Everything's so expensive. The numbers, the jobs, the economy, everything is being kept from us. That's what's happening. We're making rich people rich, and they're making us poor. That's hot. That's the hottest. We're the hottest country. We're so hot. I think that means we're burning up.
There's a really wild story I want to talk about today. There's a small town in Missouri, a rural area that overwhelmingly voted for Trump, and they only have one hospital in this area. It's been serving the community for over 7 decades, has stayed open as the community has shrunk. They used to have a Walmart, the only Walmart in the area, closed, and through a lot of economic downturn, they have been able to stay open. But unfortunately, because of Donald Trump's big, beautiful bill, there are fears that it may close in a town that overwhelmingly voted for Trump. And frankly, I don't think they realized they were voting for this. And I want to talk about it today with MAGA and Trump supporters. And I don't really know how I feel so much of saying, fuck around, find out, like these people deserve what they're getting. I really think most of the blame should go to Donald Trump for conning the American public. But at some level, I see you guys in the comments. I hear you. It's kind of mind-boggling. This went really viral the other day. This is on LinkedIn, oddly enough. A woman who owns a business. I've been getting a lot of hateful messages since my last post about my business struggles. Yes, my husband did vote for Trump. Yes, Trump's tariffs have seriously disrupted my supply chain and hurt my business. That said, I still support my husband. He voted for what he truly believed was right. It's complicated, but so is life. But on an issue like this, is it complicated though?
Hello lovelies, welcome back to today's episode. Let's talk about this topic, how rural Americans, red state mostly, are going bankrupt because of duty policies here and there. You have seen since these people came out to support him to come back in office. Right now they are losing almost each and everything. They are struggling to live. Everything now is hard for them. Let's talk about today's episode. All credits belong to the original creators of the video I'm going to use. Drop your opinion, then we'll come back with more commentaries.
Why can't we get by in this country anymore just working one fucking job like our parents and grandparents did? But when did survival become a group project? Everybody's so quick to yell, just work harder, grind more, pick a side hustle. But the real question is, why the hell should we have to? Why is one full-time job no longer enough to afford food, rent, and peace of mind? Why are we working 50, 60 hours a week away from our families and, still checking our bank apps like we committed a crime? Why is owning a home now treated like some luxury fantasy instead of the bare minimum of our parents achieved with a high school diploma and a single paycheck? Why are people forced to DoorDash after 10-hour shifts just to afford eggs, gas, and maybe prescription medicine, maybe even diapers? Why do people celebrate people working for themselves into exhaustion, but shame them for admitting they're struggling? Why do we keep pretending this is normal? You shouldn't need a second job to just keep your head above water. You shouldn't have to burn out just to barely get by. Why is everything rising except our wages? This isn't laziness. This isn't lack of ambition. I mean, this is like a system designed to drain you and convince you that it's your fault. I mean, it's not your fault. You're not behind. We're being buried alive and then told to be grateful for the dirt.
60% of the American public is about to lose everything they have. People living paycheck to paycheck are about to go broke. The GDP numbers came in yesterday, and of course the economy receded, which I predicted 2 months ago, and people laughed. Mark my words, the second quarter is going to be far worse. Tariffs on Chinese products at 145% are about to kick in, which means everything you buy from China on Amazon or elsewhere is about to go through the roof. Grocery store shelves are starting to empty at Walmarts across the country. And of course, grocery prices continue to soar. People who've been financing groceries on credit are starting to default on those payments. We are about to see an economic catastrophe. If you're in this 60% that has little or no money, please stop spending money. Protect your family. Trump does not care about you. Even if you voted for him, he's a billionaire. He won't suffer, but you and your family will. Please protect yourself.
It's just politics. Can't we be friends anyway? No, we can't. It's not just politics anymore. What it is that you actively want to hurt people that I love, and I don't want to hurt people that you love, so you're fine hanging around me. Fuck you. It's not politics anymore. And it's really interesting how it's always the people on the left, myself included, that don't want to be around all these Trump supporters. And the Trump supporters try to weaponize that. They're fine being around us. And do you know why? Because they're the ones actively trying to cause harm to our loved ones or us. Isn't that interesting? I have no issue hanging around somebody who isn't actively trying to harm people that I love. Pretty straightforward. So if I was a Trump supporter hanging around a liberal person, that liberal person is not doing anything. Their vote didn't count towards a policy that's going to affect somebody that I love negatively. Why would they give a fuck? Of course they're fine being around us. We're not hurting them. We're not hurting them. We're not hurting their loved ones. You can't say the same thing the other way around. People who voted for Trump, that's a vote towards wanting to hurt people that I care about. I don't want to be around you. Fuck you, buddy.
You want to hear about some small town corruption and greed and good old boys in Texas making deals that sell out their very own neighbors and communities? Because that's exactly what's happening right now in rural East Texas, and hardly anyone's talking about it. But I'm not afraid to spill the tea and name names, so let's get into it. A company backed by a billionaire hedge fund from out of town is trying to come in and drill roughly 30 industrial wells into the Carrizo-Wilcox aquifer. If approved, this would pull roughly 15 billion, with a B, gallons of water out of that aquifer per year. This is the same aquifer that thousands upon thousands of people across several different counties rely on for their water. And those 15 billion gallons of water that would be pulled out every year isn't going to go to our families and our farms and our schools and our communities. That water would be piped out and sold to fuel development in other areas of the state.
We are going to lose everything in this country because of one con man. One con man. No one will stand up to him. No one will say that you can't do it this way. No one will say that's not the way we do things here. We are losing our democracy. We are losing our economy. We've already lost all our allies. We are the laughingstock of the entire world. And soon we're going to lose all our money. We've well on our way to losing all of our rights because of one con man. Because of one con man who should have been done after January 6th. Traitors try to overthrow the government. And it's beyond me how he was even allowed to run again. But it is even more beyond me that people voted for him. And now it seems perfectly clear that he is on the Epstein list. I just saw a boat go by with the Felon 47 flags on it. He can do no wrong. He will make an excuse for every single thing. And I hope you're still making the excuses when you are penniless in the street, because then he's going to pick you up and put you in some sort of institution because it's no longer legal to be homeless.
I'm Bobby Cole. I'm a lifelong Texan. I'm an East Texas farmer and a retired fireman. The Texas Republican Party is corrupt to the core. Its spineless devotion to Donald Trump is on full display, with Greg Abbott being the prize pony. All that this blind loyalty to MAGA has brought to the people of Texas has trampled freedoms, liberties, and rights. Common decency and dignity that Texas used to stand for is gone. Replaced with cruelty and division and a way of governance not for the people, but at the behest of only the ultra rich and the powerful. We are here today to testify against the naked power grab ordered by Trump himself. This redistricting scheme will disenfranchise hardworking Black and Latino communities that deserve to be heard. It doesn't matter what maps you draw or how corrupt your reasoning is to justify it. So do your worst, because that's what you're best at. A reckoning is coming, and the people of Texas will render it on November 3rd, 2026. Thank you.
You can be as mad as you want about federal level politics and all of the corruption happening nationally, but I'm going to tell you right now, every bit of that is supported with the corruption that's happening where you live. If you live in a rural place, you live in a place that is a little smaller, not a big city, I guarantee there's shady shit happening, and you're letting it happen. You're wasting all of your feelings on what's happening at the federal level that you can never impact. You will never be able to impact the federal level if you can't do it in your own town. Go dig in their shit. You want to be mad about corruption? Boy, go look through the minutes of your last Board of Supervisors meeting. And the one before that, and the one before that, if they're even making it available. Because I guarantee a lot of your local governments, they are not making information easily available. You have no idea what's happening where you live. You think you're pissed about corruption now? Wait until you see where the real corruption is at. And once you practice getting rid of the corruption where you live, we can move on to larger areas.
I'm going to say it loud and clear, so all you trumpets, pay attention. If we can't afford to feed people in need, to provide adequate medical care for children, if we can't afford to provide funding for schools and lunches for children in schools, then we sure as hell don't need a $200 million ballroom in the White House for 1% of the population. Make it make sense. Our food has skyrocketed. A lot of American families are struggling, yet we have money to build a ballroom in the White House? What is this, the 1800s? I don't understand how anybody can support this man any longer. For goodness sakes, he can't even dance. His ankles are so swollen over his feet that he can barely walk. So, yeah. I just wanted to put that out there. This country is falling apart. And the 1% are the ones tearing it apart. And the people that support this madness, when are you guys going to wake up? Again, make it make sense.
I'm going to bitch about where I live for just a minute. So if you want to hear the downsides of living in a cabin in the woods, this is definitely a big one. All of my neighbors are MAGA, okay? So they're all, and that sucks so bad. They're not friendly. They're not. I wish they were. They are not. There's a lady that bought the house that is right next door to me. And it's right next door by being a ways away. She's from California. As soon as she bought the house, she paid a service to come over and start taking out these probably 150, 200-year-old trees. So she probably took out 100 of those trees. So it was just very loud, very construction area. And it just decimated the wilderness here. There's no other way to put it. It also shows how much money she has, because in order to afford doing that, we're talking, now I'm ballparking because I don't really know, because I haven't done this because I can't afford it. I'm guessing it ran her probably $100,000 to $200,000, seriously. She created a road. She even put gravel down on the road. I know because I've had to gravel my road. I know the part of the road that she graveled alone costs $10,000 to $15,000. Road upkeep is gargantuanly expensive. Oh, I don't like hearing a siren. That means I gotta check to see if there's any forest fires going on right around here. Wish me luck. She took out all of these trees. She paid hundreds of thousands. She might be trying to put a house back there, although it's not zoned for that. But she opened up a huge part of the forest that's never been opened up before. I was out looking for my squirrel yesterday. It's day number 2 that she's out, but I was out there looking for one squirrel in the wilderness. Talk about having hope in the, in the face of, has anybody ever tried to find a squirrel in the wilderness? Sometimes my tenacity and hope is just not based in reality, but I was trying. You never know. Magic happens. Anyway, I went over to her side and I checked it out, and I popped out of the woods where I am. I popped out just instantly because the difference between woods and clear cut is just shocking, is the best way to put it. But what these guys did when they took out all of the trees, besides stacking them, they took all of the kindling, basically, and threw it onto my side of the property. So what they did is they made their property a little less able to get torched in a forest fire because there's less trees, and they raked the floor. But what they did is they took all of the little branches and the stuff that catch on fire really easily, and they just threw it over onto my side of the property. Great neighbor.
A lot of people kept asking this question, why this time around the most affected people on DT administration are the red state, these most supporters of him, especially in rural areas, this red state. When you see the life these people are living, it's not something funny, it's not something you would come here and clap, because it's quite embarrassing how these people voted for him thinking that they are going to get a better life. But right now, things are getting worse to worse till you couldn't even understand the meaning of each and everything. Who is going to rescue these people, the life they are living right now? The way these people come out on internet crying a lot, looking for help, asking each and everyone to support them, saying that their life is at stake, they're no longer able to gather all the bills, they are going bankrupt here and there. It's something really alarming. We thought that these people, after coming out on internet crying, looking for help, maybe this administration they came out to support to come back, they are going to hear their cry and go for their rescue. But right now, when you try to observe each and everything, you have seen how prices are going high each and every day. Everything is getting complicated, confused. A lot of people are going depressed because you can't tell how come this time around, only in these 6 months, these people came back in office. Things are no longer affordable. Life is almost impossible. Each and everything is looking like it's like there is no anyone there to help these people. How come these American people right now, they are struggling a lot to live, when as people, we know that it's a great nation, it's a great country. You all know around the world wide, each and everyone is dreaming to go in America. But right now, majority of people, because of internet, they are now waking up. They are even surprised to see how American people are crying for help, are crying saying, please, please help us. You have seen in Texas flooding, these people came out to cry a lot, saying that we are left with nothing, no house, no food, no federal funds. Till death, these people are still crying that no one ever went there to hear their cry and help them. You have seen this time around, these rural areas, because of most of them, we are keep saying they are red state, they are losing their hospitals. In Arkansas, imagine you have only 1 hospital in your state, and that 1 hospital is closing completely because they can't afford to maintain each and everything, every services they've been giving you. Federal fund has removed each and every money. And these people, they've been saying, oh, we want our candidate to come back in the office. We want them to come and bring that America great again. Now see the life these people are going to live. Now see, when you come out to show that you want to vote with emotions, you want to vote to hurt other race, other people, to feel the pain because you thought that when you vote for this is going to bring that maybe your white supremacy, maybe you want to keep enjoying that soft life, you want to keep seeing other people suffering of what you voted for. But this time around, see, the karma has come at your door. You are now the most affected by these policies here and there. When you try to observe it well, the funny things, these rural areas, these small towns, they don't have enough schools. There is no good education there. They don't have enough teachers. They don't have enough hospitals. They don't even have good roads. Even the stores, they don't have enough products there to buy whenever you want anything. But it's quite imbalancing how these people, this time around, they are looking each and everything going away from them without doing anything about it. Just try to imagine. What are you going to do? This is something you brought yourself. Each and everyone is now going bankrupt. What are you going to do? Most of you, you are losing your jobs. Now see the consequences. When we are talking about the bankruptcy, we are not only talking about the farmers. Though farmers also are going bankrupt, they are crying also. They no longer know what to do because each and everything is getting worse. When we come on this price of meat, you have seen the beef way is getting expensive. American people has been exporting this beef in Australia, but though they are not exporting, still the price is going high because of these policies here and there, tariffs. There is a lot of facts which is causing each and everything to go high. Now see, you've been living in a poor life. You've been living, struggling, suffering, passing through a lot. Now see, things are no longer working for you. What are you going to do? You see, you've been fooled. They scammed you. You thought that maybe when we bring this white man in the office, we are going to better our life. Now see, you no longer have insurance. You no longer have any food stamps. You are just there. You are pushing there to see if you will keep living. Now see, guys, I don't know what you think about this Lulo-led state going bankrupt. Drop your opinion. If you have any suggestion or any advice you give these people, maybe in this coming 4 years to do something to improve their lives, drop it in the comment section. Thank you for watching this episode. See you in my next video. Bye.